What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here doing something a little bit different, alright? Here is my review for the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. That's normally, either a trailer reaction and stuff like that and a mini review afterwards, but I didn't want to do a whole reaction. I just wanted to come and talk to everybody about my thoughts on the trailer, because I haven't had a chance to really say it. Yeah, I said some things on the Mad Titan podcast, a recent episode, which you need to check out. Episode 27 with the homie BC Campbell. It's on there, so please go check that out right now. Google Play, Music, iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff. The trailer, of course, we now learn that Spider-Man Far From Home does take place after the snap and all the events of Infinity War and Endgame, which completely blew my theory out the water. I thought that Far From Home was actually going to be a direct sequel but prequel to Infinity War, if that makes sense. Meaning that right after Homecoming, he was going to go on a trip. This is what I thought. He was going to go on a trip, and then he would come back, and then the last scene we'd see would be him getting on the school bus and the driver being Stan Lee. Completely shouted that, but I have no problem with that. So one of the things I like about this trailer is we see he's primarily using the Iron Spider suit. He doesn't go back instantly into the regular Spider-Man suit, because technically he still has it on under the Iron Spider, if you remember in Infinity War. That's how he got it. When he was going up in the ship, he released it and it went up. So he's still using that, but also the fact he's getting to be this joking Spider-Man that we've come to know and love over the years throughout the various iterations of him. Joking with the police like, yo, I'm doing your job, and then just, kind of having fun with them. Everybody's been talking about, I'm not going to do a scene for scene review. Everybody's, of course, been talking about Mysterio. Mysterio saying he's from another world, another Earth, and the snap opened up different dimensions. Here's the thing. I believe Mysterio is a fucking liar, first and foremost. There's no doubt about that. But more so, we need to talk about the fact that there are different dimensions now. There are other Earths. I want you to go back to Endgame if you haven't seen it, which if you're watching this and you've seen the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home and you haven't seen Endgame, you really living life hella backwards. But in this scene where Scott Lang, his van is, before the rat opens up the quantum tunnel, the sign on one of the gates says 616, meaning Earth 616, letting you know we're opening up all the different dimensions. It doesn't mean that Mysterio's that, because Mysterio's a known liar. For those who are unfamiliar with Mysterio, Quentin Beck is a visual effects specialist. This is what he does. He makes things look so real they can actually affect things physically. So pretty much him being from another planet is bullshit. But there are different Earths. The events of Endgame, with Cap having a new life, actually going back to have a life with Peggy, with Thanos coming out of 2014 to 2018 at the time. All those different things allow for different timelines and different alternate Earths to happen and occur. So which means we can eventually go into Secret Wars and things like that. But let me get back to Spider-Man. I like the fact how we're talking about how he just like, yo, I need a break, I need a vacation, which rightfully he fucking does. Also, they say this movie is definitely going to talk about the effects of the snap. How basically the majority of everybody in the cast that we've seen were snapped away. So now they have to live with the fact that they've missed 5 years. So they have to play catch up with that. The fact that they've changed the elementals, the new look to Hydro Man, Molten Man, and Sandman, I'm actually for them. They look more terrifying. And if you remember the Sandman and Spider-Man 3, it was okay for a moment. And that moment was very fleeting. Hydro Man, I've been waiting to see Hydro Man on the big screen. Molten Man is a new addition, and I think it works, especially for what we're getting. I love the interactions of Nick Fury and Spider-Man. Like, here's the crazy part. I thought at the end of Endgame, when we see the Tony's funeral, spoiler alert, that you would see that Fury would have already introduced himself and interacted with Peter. But clearly he hasn't. Or he did, and then he just let it go. Because now Fury is recruiting Peter. And the one thing I like is how he brings Peter to basically 3 suits. He brings Peter his original suit. He brings him the spectacular suit, which is the red and black, and the new stealth suit, alright? So we're going to get to see the interesting Spider-Man iterations in different suits. Great. So you get that, spectacular, and regular Spider-Man, that being stealth. And then you might still get the Iron Spider later on, which might all play into the final fight with Mysterio, because of course it's going to fucking happen. Then you get the thing about Tony Stark plays a big part, even though he is not in this film directly. And here is why I believe Tony Stark plays a major part. Hear me, mark my words, do what you gotta do, okay? Tony Stark downloaded his AI into those glasses that Peter puts on, which in turn will connect to Peter's suit. So Jennifer Connelly, who plays the voice of Karen in his suit, will more than likely be replaced by Robert Downey Jr.'s voice. This way, Tony stays as that role model figure to Peter, but while he's not physically there, he's there with him in spirit the entire time. I'm looking forward to this movie. I like the fact that MJ finds out that he's Spider-Man, because of course she's like, it's pretty obvious. Which, if you put two and two together, it is very obvious. Every time he disappears, Spider-Man shows up. Anybody who doesn't realize that cannot understand basic, I don't even know if it's math or addition. Yeah, it's addition and subtraction. Like, yo, like, it's pretty damn simple. I like what the concept of this movie is. A lot of people, including myself, were kind of nervous about the whole Sony doing this project. Granted, they're doing it in conjunction with Marvel Studios, but this is a Sony film, first and foremost. It's a Sony film. But the look of it, the feel, I'm enjoying it. We get it in July. It is now May. I really don't want to see another trailer, because between the teaser we got and the official trailer, I think that's enough. Anything more starts putting more of the story together, starts giving away a lot of plot devices, and even give way too many spoilers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we need all of that. What I think we need is for this story to tell itself and show us how it allows Spider-Man to go forward as a student, as a kid, and as a member of the Avengers. Because, yeah, he's going to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but he's still going to be a member of the Avengers no matter what. Whether that means we get a Doctor Strange cameo or even a Professor Hulk cameo. We may get all those. We'll see how that goes. I love that we saw in the teaser trailer the relationship between Happy and May Parker. Now, what we didn't see any of that in this trailer, which I'm cool with. I'm fine with. I just want this movie to keep flowing in the way that Marvel's flown. And what I mean by that, this is the end of Phase 3, first and foremost. This is the end of the final of Phase 3. Last movie, we close that chapter, we move on. So we're not expected to see too much stuff that's going to be new. Endgame is the culmination of the 22 films, but this is the end of the phase. Everything, we're going in Phase 4 next. So I think the post-credit scene, if we get one, because remember, they played us at Homecoming. If we get a post-credit scene, hopefully they do give us something, but they also tease us again with the Chris Evans joint doing how he did the Captain America thing with the PSA. I hope we get the PSA as a mid-credit scene and then an end credit. I want to see where this ends the phase off and how it says, okay, this is what it is. If the different dimensions automatically open us to Phase 4, I'm completely fine with it, because we've always been saying, I'm a member of Marvel fucking Studios. I always say we. Well, I have reported on it. I have been a pundit, whatever. But they've always been saying that Phase 4 was going to take us more cosmic, galactic, quantum, things like that. In different dimensions, different realms. No matter if it is on Earth, if it's in a different dimension, that's in that phase. And I'm fine with that. I'm looking to see what happens, man. It's crazy that after this movie, we won't see anything again until potentially the beginning of the year. Because this will be the last movie in the MCU for 2019. So, I want to know your thoughts. Are you excited to see this movie? Are you hesitant? Or are you still like, yo, I don't know if I can get over what I saw in Endgame to go to this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, alright? Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, man. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share this video, too. Love follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. Join the Supervillain Squad on Patreon. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Man, come on, join the conversation. I'm only having a member of the squad, alright? I want to holler at y'all later. Make sure you check out the Mad Type Podcast. But I'll take care. Talk to y'all soon. I'm out here. Peace.